In a speech in Colombo, the United Nations chief commended Sri Lanka's efforts to deal with what happened during the last few years of its civil war. But he made it clear that more is expected.
There is still much work to be done in order to redress the wrongs of the past and to restore the legitimacy and accountability of key institutions, particularly the judiciary and security services.
The Secretary-General urged the government to speed up the return of private lands, allowing the displaced to return home, some after more than 25 years. He also observed that the size of the military force in the north and east could be reduced. The new government says it has taken steps to deliver the changes it promised. This includes the release of private lands in the north occupied by the military, creation of an Office of Missing Persons, and a promise to repeal the so-called Prevention of Terrorism Act. But Tamils say it's important to establish the truth of what happened during the last stages of the war and who was responsible. The relationship between the UN and Sri Lanka has altered drastically since the change of leadership in Colombo. The government is keen to show it's delivering on pledges to bring truth and reconciliation, but the key challenge is ensuring the credibility of that process. A human rights lawyer representing hundreds of Tamils says international involvement is the only way to ensure this credibility.
The Tamil people have no faith in any local mechanism. It is the international mechanism, that is international participation. Any mechanism with international participation has to be found.
Ban says the UN made mistakes in Sri Lanka and could have made a difference.
Had we been more actively engaged, we could have saved many more human lives.
The government says it has assured the Secretary-General of its commitments to reconciliation.
What is crucial is that we see sustaining peace and promoting reconciliation as a national responsibility.
This process, as acknowledged by the Secretary-General, will take many years and political courage and determination. Sri Lankans will be hoping that politicians have what it takes. Mina Fernandez, Al Jazeera, Colombo.